What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. One huge question on everybody's mind, even before the release of Avengers Endgame, is what movies we would be getting in Phase 4, and specifically which ones we would get next year. As Marvel fans, we've become accustomed to knowing what's coming down the road to even 3 years ahead, and Kevin Feige said that Marvel Studios would have no problem announcing that same information only after Spider-Man Far From Home comes out and completes the end of the third phase in the Infinity Saga. Now, a lot of people, myself included, have identified San Diego Comic-Con in the end of July as the perfect time and place for them to do just that, but some new information that's come to light seems to imply that we were completely wrong about which movies we'll be getting and in what order. We're going to go ahead and break down what now is the most likely slate for Phase 4, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros as well as a whole slew of other Marvel-related stuff, including tickets to go see Spider-Man Far From Home in IMAX once they go on sale. All you got to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. I'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there, including announcing the last winner of the Avengers Endgame IMAX tickets to go see it one last weekend and help it try to beat Avatar. So as I was saying, there's some new information that's come to light, and it actually makes a lot of sense. We're going to go ahead and break down this slate for next year. Now, starting with the Black Widow solo film, which a lot of people suspect we are actually getting first next year and as early as May. That has me super skeptical, considering they haven't talked a lot about the casting, and even if this is in its final phases of pre-production just now, they've already talked about casting for Eternals. We've heard more about the script. That makes me super skeptical they're going to get this movie together and get it out first next year, although it's what's commonly believed to be so we'll leave it at this point in the slate now with an asterisk by it. Now, the next movie everybody thought would definitely be Eternals, coming in November of next year, but this is where we seem to all be wrong, and really this makes a lot of sense. Doctor Strange 2 in November of 2020 instead of that Eternals film, and if you think about it, this is where James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy 3 would have gone, and in that gone a long way in building out the first part of the cosmic universe, which is featuring prevalently in this next phase. Considering that it's a familiar franchise fans would have known and loved connected to the first 3 phases, Doctor Strange makes a lot more sense to supplant it and take its place. They'll also probably be working towards some sort of common thing, as there's said to be a new threat on that side of the universe, and in that he can just lay his pieces down first. Also, you got to remember they have almost the entire cast under contract. Quick side note, Tilda Swinton still under contract and rumored to return as the Ancient One in this next film, which is quite the feat for a character who died in the very first film. Regardless, this would have been in production at Marvel Studios long before they ever sent the Eternal script to production, which means this is further along the pipeline towards being finished. And like I said, in lieu of not having Guardians of the Galaxy, a familiar franchise that can start to build out the next phase in a significant way, this makes a lot more sense than the rumored Eternals movie, which will most likely be pushed back for the earliest release date of February 2021, said to be a space odyssey in the beginnings of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're going to have to build out this entire thing with CGI. Also, considering it's set so early, they're not going to be able to cross over any familiar characters, which leads to all new castings and contracts. Speaking of which, we're only now getting the earliest rumors of castings: Angelina Jolie for the female lead and Richard Madden from Game of Thrones for the male lead Icarus. Either way, with the Eternals set to explore so much unfamiliar territory in the MCU, it makes a lot more sense in this February slot. If you think about it, Marvel Studios has gone a long way in setting up a precedent, releasing both Black Panther and Captain Marvel, launching new franchise trilogies in this February slot, and it's worked out well for them because it leaves the May slot generally for their summer blockbuster. Speaking of which, it'll have been 2 years since Avengers Endgame has hit the screen. Black Panther 2 makes the most sense for May of 2021, considering the box office impact this movie will have. It absolutely broke the bank the first time it came out. Its fan base is undeniable, and all of us are so excited to see the follow-up. Plus, the promise of brand new characters like Namor and the implications of the Illuminati, and of course Black Panther's place as a veteran Avenger and as King of Wakanda, or maybe not. All of this yet to be foreseen, but considering Marvel Studios will have been 24 months from their blockbuster Avengers Endgame Endgame, and with no promise of how these other movies, considering 2 of them are new franchises, will do, they're definitely going to slate something safe in to make sure that they keep up the numbers that they're used to over at Marvel Studios, but more importantly, that they capitalize on the purchase power of Black Panther's triumphant return in Avengers Endgame and not leave it too long from Endgame's release before Black Panther makes it back to the big screen. Now, speaking of, Kevin Feige recently said in an interview that there's not really a mandate to do any more than 2 movies a year, and this is where it gets interesting. Shang-Chi's most recent rumors have people wondering if it's even going to come out next year, and this is the way it goes. People start to talk about something, and then it makes them feel as though it's imminent. Shang-Chi has just gone into its earliest forms of production, and considering it takes years to develop a movie, Black Panther's box office impact may be enough where they just leave it at 2 movies for that year, Eternals and Black Panther. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that they do just this unless they've made a ton of headway and have an absolute banger of a movie to put out in that November slot. Marvel Studios know exactly what they're doing. Kevin Feige is a master at this, and there is something to be said for quality over quantity. So far, the ratio of quality over quantity has been super high at the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's why we are all such fans. I don't think they want to sully this, and if Shang-Chi isn't an absolute banger, or they don't have one that is, they may just let Black Panther hold all its own in that May or November slot for that 2021 release year, which means we're only going to get 4 and not 5 or 6 MCU movies over the next 2 years. But honestly, guys, if it's quality over quantity, I'm with it. Also, one thing to consider is that the next release after that should be Guardians of the Galaxy 3. As I said earlier in this video, that movie was slated to come out in the November slot of next year, but considering James Gunn's fiasco with being fired and rehired, he already committed over to DC Studios to do Suicide Squad 2, which actually, side note, is a reboot at this point, meaning even though Disney reinstated Gunn, he won't be able to complete the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy until he's done with Suicide Squad. Now, good news is he's fully underway over at DC Studios, as well as his work at Marvel Studios. The script for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is already done, and as he said in a recent interview, before he knew he was going to be reinstated, he found a ton of solace in the fact that they were going to use that script. Now, even though while they were parted ways, Kevin Feige downplayed how much of the script goes into the architecture of the cosmic universe, the rumors are already swirling as far as introducing fan favorites like Beta Ray Bill and Adam Warlock, as well as finishing Rocket's arc in an attempt to reveal who his creator is, rumored to be the High Evolutionary, possibly played by Mark Hamill. So much to unpack, finishing the trilogy and leading it into a new place for the cosmic universe. Also, with Chris Hemsworth now renewing his contract for 2 more movies, he's sure to star in this movie as well, meaning Guardians of the Galaxy 3 can't come out soon enough, and I'm sure as soon as James Gunn is done with his obligation over at DC Studios, they're going to fast track this to come out as soon as possible. What I don't think they will do, however, is stack Black Panther 2 and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in the same year. Those are just 2 surefire movies to complete and continue their franchises. There's no way they're going to go ahead and blow those in the same year. Of course, they did release Winter Soldier and Guardians of the Galaxy 1 in the same year, but those were both underdogs at the time. Maybe not Winter Soldier as much, but Guardians of the Galaxy all the way, and I don't think anybody anticipated them both being ranked as high on everybody's top 5 and top 10 MCU movie lists. Either way, Black Panther 2 and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 are both set to break the bank the next time they come out, so you can be sure they're going to stack these, and we're going to get one and then the other. And considering James Gunn's obligations, sadly, it'll probably be Black Panther in 2021 and Guardians of the Galaxy earliest 2022. And that leads us straight into what the rest of this phase could possibly hold. Now, Captain Marvel 2 is a great guess, as they said she would be the Captain America of the next phase going forward. It would make sense why you wouldn't want to go any more than 3 years between the first and the second release. But also, at the bottom of this thumbnail specifically, this was rumored to be a leaked slate. It had Avengers 5 slated for 2023, and that makes absolutely no sense at all. Now, they may release a new Avengers title, something along the lines of a Young Avengers or a Dark Avengers, but I doubt that they would bother announcing or releasing that now. It would feel just too much like a go back, too much like a, hey, we're doing another Avengers after they've just finished Avengers Endgame. In other words, it would just feel bad, man. If there truly is another Avengers Avengers title in pre-production at Marvel Studios, and it is slated for something like a 2023-2024 release, well then my bet is that they would wait to announce that so that some of this Avengers Endgame glow has worn off and they don't immediately go back to the well and try to cash that in again. It can't feel much like an Endgame if they're already announcing a new Avengers title. Plus, we've got Captain America, Falcon, and Winter Soldier set to come at us via the TV series at the end of next year, and we'll also have that Black Widow solo film in next year or the following year, so there'll be enough of the Avengers characters to go around. But guys, let me know in the comments, what movies do you think are coming that I haven't named, specifically some of these solo movies like Nova and others that are in production and pre-pro Dark Avengers. Let me know what your thoughts are, what's your best guess, or what movie would you most like to see, and quickly let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, first things first, and as sad as this is to say, we're announcing the last winner of Avengers Endgame IMAX tickets. RDBG Mike, you win for this comment. Moment of silence for Thor's abs. Please DM me on Instagram or go ahead and shoot me an email on my business email. You can find it over in the description tab. I'll get you the tickets right out. Guys, we're still giving away a PlayStation 4 Pro at the 400,000 subscriber mark here at the channel, which we're headlong into and should hit by the end of this month or the beginning of next. We're also giving away a PlayStation 4 Pro over on my Spotify account. It's free and easy to enter that one. If you have a Spotify account, great. If you don't, it's free to make one. Just follow the link down in the description or the comments below. All you got to do, follow my account, Allfires, stream the song, then send a screenshot of you following my account to everythingalwaysYT@gmail.com. Again, far fewer people are going to do this than actually subscribe to the channel, so it greatly ups your odds of winning a PlayStation 4 Pro. We will also be giving away Spider-Man Far From Home tickets to go see it in IMAX all the way leading up to and through while it's out in theaters, and we're going to be announcing new hot toys, perhaps a Stark Tech or Hulk Tech Infinity Gauntlet. In a couple of weeks, we're going to be announcing that once they go on sale. We're going to be giving one away at the 450,000 subscriber mark. If you waited all the way through this video to hear me announce that, well, then you're the first to find out. Hit the subscribe button, leave a like and a comment on this video, then hit the notification bell, because the more videos you like and comment on, the better chance you have of winning. My name's Michael Roman. This is Everything Always. Thanks for checking out the channel, guys, and stick around. We're going to be posting again real soon. And if you even waited to hear me say this, we're going to be starting a second channel where we cover everything else with some help of my really cool friends here in Atlanta, Georgia. Stay tuned for some really cool stuff, guys. I sincerely appreciate your support. And if you're around for the 11:55 second marker in this video, then you are the real one. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day.